The Bridge That Connected Forgotten Worlds. English Story Level 6. On the far side of Marinwood Forest stood an abandoned stone bridge that no one used anymore. The villagers claimed it led nowhere, just a broken path ending abruptly over a mist-filled gorge. 17-year-old Rowan often visited the bridge for solitude, sketching the twisted roots and foggy cliffs. But one evening, as he sat tracing the shape of the old stones, the mist beneath the bridge began to glow with soft golden light. The stones trembled beneath him. Before Rowan could react, a section of the bridge shimmered and rearranged itself, forming an archway carved with runes he had never seen. A breeze drifted through, smelling of rain and distant mountains. Hesitating only a moment, Rowan stepped through the archway and felt the world shift like a page turning in a book. When he opened his eyes, he was standing on a vast plain under a lavender sky streaked with floating islands. A group of armored travelers spotted him immediately. They approached with surprise rather than hostility, explaining that he had crossed into Errol in a world long severed from others. Rowan soon learned that the ancient bridge he had used was once part of a network connecting countless worlds. Ages ago, a catastrophic magical collision shattered those connections, leaving Errol trapped and slowly weakening. But the bridge had awakened for the first time in centuries, suggesting that Rowan had triggered something long dormant. The travelers brought him to the capital, where elderly scholars examined the faint glow that now pulsed beneath the skin of Rowan's hands. They concluded that the bridge recognized him as a pathseer, a rare individual whose presence could reawaken world gates. Only the pathseer could stabilize the fractured energy lines between realms. Without one, Errol would eventually collapse like a star losing its light. Rowan, overwhelmed, struggled to accept such responsibility. A young scholar named Lyria guided Rowan to the Hall of Echoes, a massive chamber filled with floating crystal shards. Each shard projected a fragment of another world once connected to theirs. Some showed lush forests, others deserts under twin suns, and a few displayed realms that no longer seemed alive at all. Lyria explained that Rowan had to select a shard that resonated with him, for it would reveal the first world whose connection must be restored. Rowan approached the crystals. One shard pulsed brightly as he neared it, showing a crumbling world with rivers of silver light frozen in mid-flow. Lyria warned him it was one of the most unstable realms, but Rowan felt drawn to it. He reached out, and the shard expanded into a swirling portal. Together, they stepped through and entered a dying landscape where time flickered like a broken lantern. Everywhere they walked, Rowan saw scenes repeating: birds frozen mid-flight, waves suspended in the air, entire valleys trapped in stillness. The realm was collapsing inward, but the bridge's energy glowed more intensely through Rowan's palms the deeper they went. At the center of the world lay a shattered obelisk, once the anchor point linking it to Errol. Rowan placed his hands on it, and the world groaned like a waking giant. He poured the bridge's energy into the obelisk. Time resumed, rivers thawed, and the sky brightened. The realm stabilized, knitting itself back together in a rush of light. When Rowan stepped back through the portal, he collapsed from exhaustion, but the scholars greeted him with awe. He had proven he truly was a pathseer. As Rowan walked back through the archway to Marinwood Forest, he knew the bridge would call him again. Its stones pulsed faintly with new life. He looked at the mist-filled gorge one last time, realizing it was no longer empty. Beneath the fog slept endless worlds waiting for him.